everybody, hello. I'm so sorry I've been absent without leave for quite some time. I just haven't been feeling myself. I'm still not back to normal, but I am better than I was. So I thought I would try and do a little video just to remind you who I am, in case anybody's forgotten. Oh, that would be sad. And I wanted to introduce you to this. It's an Elizabeth Craft Design planner. Now, Elizabeth Craft do two sizes of their planners. This one, which is the full planner, and then they do a smaller one, which is called the Sidekick. But this one, look at the cover, it's gorgeous. And this isn't just printed on it, it's actually embossed. Beautiful, isn't it? I really love it. I mean, you could go any way with this, it's really gorgeous. And then it just opens up like so, and once you tame it, it lies like that. You've got your pocket here, and your 6 rings. So I thought today would be a good day to make a page for our planner. Now the planner, the page sizes are 8 1/4 by 4 3/4. They fit in there nicely. So let's put that to one side. So I have here a sheet of A4 paper, which is 8 1/4 tall. In America, you guys, that would just cut 1/4 inch off your paper and it'll fit in. And then to make it fit into our planner, we need to score it, because I intend to use the whole of this as one page. So let me score at 4 3/4, which would ordinarily be where you'd cut your page, and this would be your page. But we're going to go on. We're going to make it a flippy page. Why ever not? Oh, let me take this off, but let me show you something first before I do. Look at this. This one here. Can you see it? It's beautiful. It's Murano faceted glass. It's absolutely beautiful. And I got that as an, well, it wasn't meant as an early birthday present, but I opened it. And it's from a very good friend of mine who I met through the Miss Paint-A-Lot journey, and she sent it for my birthday. Isn't that beautiful? So I got my palette the other day from another friend, and this one I just opened today. So my bracelet's coming on, isn't it? It's got lots of charms on it now. But it is annoying when it clunks on the desk, so let me take it off just now. Oh, it's getting nice and heavy in your hand. Ooh. Anyway, enough already. So let's score this at 4 3/4. So just score it down, 4 3/4. And as I say, that is the normal size of a page for the planner. But then I want to go on, well, let's fold that over first, might be the sensible thing to do. And make sure as you do that you've got it square, because sometimes you can go off a little bit. That's fine. And then I'm going to put that score in there, and I'm going to come 3 3/4 across to there. And we're going to fold this one in. I've creased that the wrong way, so let's just fold that way and then back the other way, and make sure that's square, which it is. So now we've got this page. So that's where our holes are going to go to match the 6 holes in the planner. And we're going to do something funky with this. Not that funky. It's not funky. It's kind of along the lines of many I've done before. But for this one, I'm going to use green. I'm going to use shabby shutters. I would have used peeled paint, I think, if I could have found it, and I couldn't find it. So I'm using shabby shutters, and it's absolutely fine. I'm just going to use a brush and just go around the edges here. Very good. I think my shabby shutters is getting near the end of its life. I do use it quite a lot. It's one of my favourite colours, as you know, guys. So just, it's the edge really that I want done. So I'm just going to go around the whole shebang, and I'm also going to go down the fold lines, the lines we've creased in. Round all of it and all of the crease lines on both sides. So just take your time. Presumably you won't be making a video of yourself doing it, so you can take a little longer than me. And then when you've got all your shabby shutters, bundled sage, whatever colour you decide to go for, you might be going for something completely different, and that's fine. I'm using Forest Moss, which is a dark green, and I'm just going to come just a little bit over the edge like that. See the difference that makes? It's incredible, isn't it? And it doesn't look grungy in any way, it's just darkening that edge down. And if it's not even all the way around, so much the better, I think. But you can take your time, make it really even if you want. Or you could use your dauber. And then I'm just going to fold that and just go down that crease line there. So there we are. And I'm going to do that to each section, back and front. And then when I've done that, so imagine, abracadabra, it's all done, I'm going to get one of my books out from my bookshelf. And the book I've chosen is this one, Wildflowers of the World, and you can see it is it's a real chunky monkey book. And I'm just really going to take out pages that I like, although having said that, I like all of them, so it's just select yourself some pages. I mean, that's really, they're all really nice. Pretty, they're just pretty, aren't they? So, select, choose. Oh, I love this with the Nigella. Pretty, pretty, pretty. Let's use that one. And I should really be taking this book apart. As I've shown you in the past, take the stitching out on the spine, but I can't be bothered. If I was feeling 100%, I would do that, but I'm just not. So I want to take off this raggedy edge here that I've just torn out, and I do want the flowers to be on the edge. So there, I think that'll be all right. And then what I'm going to do is just offer that up. I'm going to leave a little border of the green that we put on, and just mark with a pencil where you want to cut it, just short of that, and cut that out. This book, Mr. F has been shopping today, and when he came back he said, "Oh, I saw one of those wildflower books in the charity shop today. It was $2.99. But he said, I didn't get it because I knew you had one." Can one ever have too many? No. But he didn't get it, that's fine. I don't really need it, truth be told. But so cut that along the marks that we've made, like so. Keep your remnants because we might need them, you never know. And then I'm not going to ink this. I'm going for a kind of clean look with this one. So I'm just going to stick that down onto there. And I'm going to do it for each panel that we have. And so I'm going to put this one aside for just now because, abracadabra, I have one already made. So here we are. Here's this one. It's backed, front and back. Isn't that just pretty? It's gorgeous. I'm just going to get rid of this ink. Very often I use it for backing tags and stuff, but I don't want it to get on my pretty botanicals, so just going to remove that. So this is this goes like this, folds in, and that's the back of the page, which you could, if you wanted to, when you come on to the next page, if you don't like the look of that, which I very much do, you could stick another page onto there and go from there. But I like that, and probably will just put a bit of journaling or something on there and call that page. So what are we going to do? That's the question. Right, well, I think I'll put my holes in first, and then I know where I'm up to with them. So taking my punch and putting that in all the way, make sure you've got it pressed all the way to the back, and punch your holes. So there's our holes there. You can probably see them better on there actually. And that will now fit in our planner. So, but I want to do something to these. I want to decorate it up nicely. So I just looked at some dies, and this actually isn't a full set. It does come with a full page, but it's called 1604 Planner Essentials 2, and it's got this slip pocket on, which I actually quite like. So I've taken that and I've cut it out of some green card that I've got, and I'm going to put that there. I like that there. This card it's Maya from Clairefontaine. I do think it's available on United States Amazon. I think we've had this discussion before. It's called Khaki, or as you'd say in the US, Khaki, and it's 185 GSM. It's lovely. I've got this in lots of colours. It's a really nice card to work with. So there's my slip pocket, and I've just run it through the die cut machine, so I've got that there. I've got a hair attached to there. Good Lord, get off. So that's going to get stuck down to there, but before I stick that to there, I kind of want to make a label. So I've looked at my label stamps. This is CS326 Retro Labels 2, and I just want to see which one will fit on. I'm thinking that one will. Yes, it will. Is that too long? No, that one would fit. I think I like this one. Very clingy cling stamps. I think that'll go there. I'm going to stamp it onto some cream card. Hello? Yes, here's some. With my little Miss P. Mr. F made me this, and it's just a peg, top of a peg, but he painted it to look like me. It's really, really dirty now, but the purple hair, the glasses, and a turquoise cardigan, which I used to wear absolutely all the time. So it's just kind of cute, and it's just on a Perspex sheet, so it's a good stamp platform because it's got a handle on it, and I like that. So let's stamp this out. You could use green if you wanted to. I'm going to use black. So it's just, I've got a bit of grubbiness going on there, so let's stamp it here. Perfect, that's a beautiful stamp. They do stamp out well, I'll say that for them. My goodness, they do. So let's look after them, clean them off, pop it back so I don't lose them, because I have been guilty in the past of having to buy 2 sets of the same stamp because I've lost bits, I haven't looked after them, and that's just pure laziness, and it's expensive, so I don't want to go down that path again. And I've got this stamp out as well, which is the Art Journal Specials, and this is CS333 Break the Rules. Now, I have used this stamp with you lots of times before. This, of all the stamps possibly, is the one that I keep coming back to. it's just handy. It's got handy words and things on it. So it's got hello, which I quite like there. That would be quite nice. Wonderful, I don't think that would fit on there, would it? No, that wouldn't fit. Oh, sparkle. I'm just going to go for hello. Yeah, I'm going to go for hello, I think. So I'm using my VersaFine Clair ink. I find it to be the best of all for stamping. You might have other ideas. I hope that's square. Yeah, that's lovely. That's great. So I'm going to do the same thing, clean it off and put it straight away because I don't want to lose it. So there we are. Let's cut this one out. And then we can stick it onto there. Before I do that, I might, and I'm regretting now getting rid of all the ink that was on my sheet, because I might just want to drop a little bit into that just to give it a bit of interest. Sorry I'm slow at fussy cutting. I just am. Can't help it. If I try and speed up, it just goes horribly wrong. Let's cut that off there. Seem to have so much out on my desk. Considering I haven't done anything for ages. Easily a fortnight. Which is the longest period I've ever gone without crafting. I'll show you how rotten I've been feeling. So yeah, I think I just want to put a little bit of green onto that. I might just use the forest moss actually. And I only need just a little bit, so just put a little bit down on my craft sheet. I don't want to dilute it much. That much is fine. Let's just dab that in there. Oh, that dropped in, so fair enough. Yeah, that looks nice, like that. So let's just wipe that away. Seems like a dreadful waste of ink, but what can you do if you don't need it this minute? Let's dry that off. Won't take five seconds. Well, it might take longer than 5 seconds. I think that's dry. So we'll stick that onto there. Like that. Excellent, let's do that. I'm not inking around it, you'll notice. Oh, my glue's stuck. Where can my pin be? Oh, I'm going to have to go searching for it. Okay, I've unclogged it. So I want that fairly central. So should we say that's central? I think we could say that. There we are. So it's just a little, it's not even a ticket, is it really? It's just a label. Which I'm going to put there. Right. So let's glue that down. Now, the only place you want glue, and I know it's tempting to put it other places, but just same as any other pocket, around the 3 sides. So let's just do that. We just want fairly minimal amounts of glue on there. That's when these precision tips really do come into their own. They're brilliant. So I don't want that right at the bottom, and I want it central on that page. So, but there, I'd say. Let's give that a good press down. There we are. So now I've got 3 little slots to fill up. So, just want to show you this paper pad that I bought off Temu ages ago actually, and this is only part of it. I've been using various bits of it. It's called Serenity, scrapbooking by Panelisa. It looks very like Stamperia one that we had some time ago, but anyway, it's 6x6, which is not always helpful. It's not always a helpful size, 6x6. I find you can't do that much with it. You can make pockets and stuff. This is the front cover, and I kind of like it. And what I'm going to do is cut out some of these. They're in strips, if you can see. So I'm going to cut these out, and then we'll have little bits to add into our pocket there. So there's one little bit. I like this mushroom house. It's not a house, it's just a toadstool. Well, it might be a house. Somebody might be living in there for all I know. They could, couldn't they? Looks like a fairy house. There we go. Just have to cut that bit further up. Can't get my scissors around. And which other one? That's pretty, isn't it? But then so is the owl. I like the owl. Let's do the owl. I don't want loads of these because I'm going to need bigger ones, bigger tag type things. Let's cut across there. Okay. So that's making the most of your paper pad, really. So I'm just going to pop these in the bottom, I think. I don't know, I might get away with putting that one in there. These two in the bottom. Like that. And I'm not inking around them, I'm just popping them in. But I do need something a little bit taller for the back, so I might have to make one. Yeah. Make one out of one of these sheets. That's quite nice. That's also nice, but you wouldn't see that bit. It would be at the bottom. Oh, the owl. Let's do the owl. Let's do the owl. So 6 inches, where would that get me? That would be fine. That would be perfect. So what size do I want it? I just saw my Timmy ruler somewhere in passing. I can't remember where I saw it now. But here it is. I had it out earlier because I was measuring curtains. Just how much to take up, so I'll just use this ruler. I want it to measure about 2.5. 2.5 by however tall we can get it. So let's just trim that on the trimmer. And I'm not going to back these or anything. I think they're good enough to write on as they are, but I can do without adding bulk to my planner page, because this is on the inside. So I don't want it to be too bulky. So that can go in the back, I think. I might just round the corners on these, actually. Even these little ones. Let's do that. I'm just going to use the smallest one. Just I think it'll go into that slip pocket more readily, because it wants to catch on them as you push it in. There we go. Yeah, that's so much better. So there's our owl up there. And we've got our little pieces here. Oh, we've got another owl there. I don't really want him. Where's my... Here we go. I've already used that one. Maybe this one. Quite like that one. Let's use that. So I hope everybody else is doing all right. Hope you haven't been feeling quite as grotty as me. So that they're going to go there. Then Oh, do I need some little ones? Did I have another one? Am I really going mad? So I've got one at the back. I need one there, one's there and one's there. Okay, let's just get them out of here. It's all going to match because they're all off the same paper pad. So these are the shorter ones, so let's put them down the front. This plain green one is quite nice. It will match our overall things. I haven't got anything taller. I think I'm going to have to go for something taller, something like this. I don't want it to be... Oh, there's the little mushroom. Look, that fits down in there. There. I'm going to cut that off. Well, a 2.5 for a start, because we know that's how wide we want it. And then I'm going to cut the top off just above the pattern and the bottom off just below the pattern. And that should then work out at the right height to go in there. Let's just trim the corners off. Okay, so let's take these out because I can't see where this one's supposed to go. I'm going to put this in the second slit, which is here. Got the owl in the back slit. Got this one here. And I've just got enough room to just angle that just a little bit. So they're angled like that. Then the taller ones go in the next slit down, which are these ones. And then the baby ones go in this one here. And I've got 3 of those. I'm going to put that green one in the middle behind the mushroom because I kind of like that mushroom, and that one there. So that's it. We've filled those pockets up. Great. Lovely. We've still got an owl left. Lovely. That's great. So what we're going to do with this one? Well, I thought there is journaling on the back of these, the 2 larger ones really. These ones you would get a phone number or an email address written down on, so they're not useless. But what I want is just a piece of cream paper, which I thought I laid out. Right, found it. Found the thing. So this is going to be journaling. I'm going to fold it over and it's going to fill this whole page in. So I'm going to bring it in a good 1/4 of an inch from each side. And I'm going to chop that off there. I love my Tim Holtz trimmer, love it. So let's cut that off and then work out where we need to fold it. We need to fold it, don't want it right to the bottom, so don't want it right to the top, so about there. I think about there is good. Okay, so what we're going to do now is just lay that to one side, and I'm going to ink around here. Now you've seen me ink a million things before, so I'm not going to make you sit and watch me do this. I'm just going to use my same colours that I used before, the Shabby Shutters and the Forest Moss, and just go around it. So I'll see you in a sec. Right, so I've gone all around it, front and back. It looks a little untidy, but it's going to look fine in the end, trust me. And I'm just going to stencil over it. So I'm using, kind of going with the whole botanics thing, and I'm using this stencil from Lavinia Stamps. It's not one of my favourites, but it's nice, it's fine. And I don't want to do the whole thing. And actually I'm trying to avoid that one because it's bent the wrong way, which would be my fault. So there we are, we've got that. And I think I'll just go in with the Shabby Shutters. It's a shame there's not more ink in that pad, but there is what there is. I can't make a better of it. And I'm not going to go everywhere. Don't even know if you'll be able to see this. Just a bit of background is what we're after. Let's just have a look. Yeah, I think that looks all right. I quite like it actually. So charge my brush up with as much ink as the pad will muster. Oh, I moved my stencil. It's got a lot of open space, this stencil, and it's kind of tricky to hold everywhere, to be honest. Stencil spray, you know, temporary spray adhesive might be the answer. But I don't have any, so doing the best I can. So, there we are. Yeah, that looks nice actually, doesn't it? It does. I'm going to take that and wash it, because otherwise the next time you use it, that colour will come off onto whatever you're doing and you'll be annoyed. I would be annoyed. So, let's put the inks away. Now, what I also want to do is put on some die cuts onto here. Just going to crease that in firmly. Put some die cuts, and I've cut out, pre-cut some Tim Holtz wildflowers. Now don't ask me which these are from. They're a combination of all sorts of things. I've got all of his wildflower ones. I love them all. They're all, I couldn't pick one, they're like children. And I've done them in craft, I've done them in green and cream. So I don't know which colours I like best. I don't know if I want 2 or I want 3. Quite like that actually, that little arrangement there. And this, how about this daisy on the other side? I think that's one too many, actually. I think I just like that. So, that's great. Now we know. I don't think the cream would be right. Doesn't stand out enough, so okay, let's just pop those to one side again, and let's stick these ones down. So this one goes slightly behind. So it's always a bit of a chore. Every time I do this I think, why did I not cut them out on sticky paper? But I never remember, so just have to bear with while I get these glued on. Sorry, a bit tedious. Well, the big news in our house, really, I suppose you could say, is Mr. F's bought a motorbike. I think what happened was, he's always had a motorbike all his life, until he met me and we had no money. But I think when we were moving house, he came across his bike leathers, and I think it just ignited something, reignited I should say, something in him, and he decided he really did want a motorbike. So he had been saving up for moving house really, but anyway, that's doesn't matter, does it? Our finances. So he decided that he would look for a second-hand bike fairly locally, and you know, not a big fancy sports bike or anything, just a little thing he can poodle around on. And so he found one the other day, and he went to see it and he bought it. And furthermore, the man he bought it off is a really nice guy, a bit of an older chap, not ancient but a bit older, who's decided that the bike that Mr. F's bought was just a bit too heavy for him. so he's bought a much lighter kind of bike. But him and his friends go out on Sunday afternoons on their bikes, and they just tootle. And he's invited Mr. F to go with them, and that's really nice. I'm really pleased for him. I think that's a lovely thing to do. So the next nice Sunday that we get, which who knows when that'll be, because we've had nothing but rain lately, but Mr. F is going to go out pootling on his bike. So see, that was a good thing that came of that. Now, on this board I have some, I don't know what you call it. We call it in this country sellotape. I think it has another name in the States. I can't remember what it is. It's just clear packing tape. And I've stained it with alcohol ink. And I just want to take a little bit off there. Where's my little scissors? There they are. Just a little bit. Like that, that's fine. Stick the rest down because that'll come in again for something. You don't need to make much of it when you do, because it, you know, we're only using these tiny little bits. But it's been on there for quite some time, so I am going to put some glue on it as well. And I'm just going to put that across the bottom there, as if it's holding them together. Like that. I quite like that. I'm sure I've shown you how I made this. If anybody wants to know, let me know and I'll do a quick video on how to make it. But it's very, very easy. All you need is alcohol inks. So that looks nice. I like that. But how are we going to attach it to our page? Well, we're going to go back to our book. And this is the bit we cut off the top. And I want to make kind of a belly band. Well, it's not kind of a belly band, it will be a belly band. I'm just going to trim off this edge here because I want to see the flowers, not the cream bit at the top. And I want it to be from the edge of the paper to the edge of the paper. So let's make a mark there. Trim this off. I told you to hang on to your remnants, that they would come in for something. Let's just check that's right before I proceed. Yeah, that's perfect. So I just want to, there's more colour up this top end, isn't there? Let's just trim that off. And then I'm cutting, I'll tell you in a minute, it's about 1 inch I'd say. Yeah, 1.25 inches, that measures. So that's going to be our kind of belly band there. And I'm going to glue it down either side. And I haven't got too much room to play with, so I'm going to try and get away with as minimal glue as I can. There we go. And where do I want this to be? About there. So let's pop that right in at the top there, like that, right over the paper, like so. I don't know what you're doing here, you're just a remnant. Not even a remnant, you're a scrap. You scrap. And let's try that for width. I hope that glue hasn't spread, because if it has, this is not going to fit. I want it to be quite tight, but I do want it to fit, so I think what I'm going to do is get my tweezers and just run them down there where the, hold on to the paper, but run them down there where the glue is. Because glue does spread. I could and should have put this on with double-sided tape, would have been a better idea. But I think we're okay, yes, we're okay. So that's that there, that's perfect. So that looks nice, I think. Our page is coming along, it's looking good. Right, so the next thing I want to do is take another die, and the die this time is from another art journal special, and it's 2091 collector's item. And this is all really about making ATCs. Everything is ATC sized, but it has also got this little pocket in it, and you see it's got that stitched detail around it, which I really like. You could just cut out a rectangle, put a thumb notch in, and you'd have the same thing ostensibly, but you wouldn't have this nice finished edge, and I really like that. So what I've done is I've taken that and I've cut out 3 of these in the green paper. So that's 3 of those, and it has got that gorgeous stitched detail around the edge, which just adds to it, doesn't it? And that's, you know, small little things make such a difference. So that's that. And then I want to just stamp on this, so I'm taking another stamp, this one here with the tiny text. It's really tiny, so useful for lots of things. It's also got that splattery up there, which I like. If you're like me and you're rubbish at putting splatters on things, that's a really good stamp to have. So I'm going to use my VersaFine Claire, and I'm going to put the stamp in because the pocket's going to go this way. So I'm going to put the stamp in up and down. Ordinarily you'd put it that way, but I'm doing it this way. And I'm not going to put it on a platform, I'm just going to push it in like that and put various bits on here quite randomly. That's perfect for the job. So let's just wipe that off, pop it back in its place where it lives. That way, I think. There we go. So they're great background stamps. I don't know what they're called actually, I'll tell you in a second. They're called CS146 background stamps too. So they are in fact background stamps. They're really nice though. So what I need to do, I've already done that to the other 2 that are going in here. So I'm going to put those over here like that. Spread them out evenly and put them over there. And then we'll still have our, so that's going to fold, that's going to fold, and we've still got plenty of room here, which is perfect. So let's just, I am going to use double-sided for these ones because I'm afraid that the glue would just, you know, spread too much. I got this off Temu and it's stuck to the backing thing, so it's not ideal, but let's see about it, see if it's okay, if I can use it. There we go, there's an end, I think. Yeah, it's got stuck down there now. Awkward little thing this actually. There we are, I don't want that end that's been previously stuck to something, so this is the narrowest I could find. And it says it's 3 mils. This double-sided. No reason to doubt it, it looks about that. Where's my little scissors? I'll come round and chop these off straight in a minute, but I'll just go all the way around them. Because I don't do this very often, I don't think I've quite got the technique of putting double-sided tape on things. I always feel like I'm being a bit of a klutz with it. So let's just take these ends off. We don't want or need them. And this long one. Get rid of them in the bin. Right, so, oh, there's another one there. go. So I need to press that down firmly with my bone folder. And that, I think, is going to be the narrowest way of getting that to work, actually. And just take the backing tape off. There we go. I've been watching loads and loads of YouTube whilst I wasn't feeling great. So many ideas, loads of creative people out there, aren't there? So what I'm going to do with this one is just allow a slight margin on that paper, that way and along the bottom. So there we go, just like that. And I'm going to do the same for the top one, and then the middle one I'm just going to place evenly in there. So I'll do that and then I'll come back to you. Okay, so that's those stuck on. They look very nice, I think, but just need a little bit of decoration. So what I'm going to do is take this stamp set again, break the rules, CS333, and some cream card, if I have some somewhere, which I surely must. Yeah, here's a bit of scrap here, so that'll do. And I'm going to use this frame here. I like it, and that's what I'm going to use. So let's just stamp that out in black as ever. Does it fit on there? Oh, I'll put it here. It fits on there. Perfect. It's a lovely little decorative stamp, that I like it a lot. And then this stamp set also, it's a stamp set that keeps on giving, has these little, see these little butterflies and things on it? It also, yeah, I'm going to use that little butterfly. I like it. And it's solid, you know, it's a solid stamp, so make sure you ink it up properly. I'm just going to pop that in the middle there. Lovely. Oh, the tension. Look at that, that's just gorgeous. I really like that, actually, and it's a nice little thing. So, pop this back. This stamp set also has these, I don't know if you can see them very well, these here, that's sort of for the top of your paper. It makes it look like spiral bound. It's just amazing. Glorious, glorious, glorious. So what I want to do is fussy cut that out. There we go. And it'll take me a while. I'm out of the habit of fussy cutting, so it's going to take me a while. It takes me a while when I'm in the habit of fussy cutting, to be fair. I'm not the world's fastest fussy cutter. You could add anything here where I'm adding this. You could add leaves or flowers or any of the sort of Timmy ephemera, small Timmy ephemera. I just like this. I thought it would look nice. Time will tell what we think when it's all done. Yikes, is right round there. There might be a die for these stamps. I'm saying that I haven't got a clue, not clue, but I will have a look and see, because that would be Jolly handy, were that to be the case. Nearly there. Don't despair, don't give up on me. There we go, got that. Okay, and I have done another 2. That one and that one. So we're all sorted. So let's see. I was going to put one of those on there, one of those on there, and that one in the middle. And I quite like the look of that. But I think they could be helped by just a little bit of colour. I think so. I'm going for the forest moss again. That's fine. It's just 3 little stamps. We don't need masses. And just a wee touch of water. And I'm just going to dump them in. Like that. Yes, that's nice. That goes with the one we've already got as well. Lovely. A little bit on the top there. Yeah, that's great. A little bit more on that one, do you think? Keep going till you've got too much. So we'll just leave those to dry a minute while we consider what we're going to put in here. Now then, what are we going to put in here? I don't know. I've still got some of this paper left, the paper pad. Let's have a look, see what we've got. We've got that. Yeah, that's just long enough actually. So don't want it too long because, yeah, if I were to put that in there, let's just see. Yeah, that would be fine. That would be a good length, whatever that measures. It measures 3.5. But I don't know if I've got another sheet of that. I did have some more of this. I don't know where it's gone. I've lost it. Got that one. That's quite nice, isn't it? Yeah, I like that one. That's nice. Or that one. They're all quite nice. Well, I've got 2 sort of sheets of that. This one I've fussy cut a toadstool out of, but yeah, okay, let's do that. So how much do I want them to measure? I think 2, I don't know, I think 2 1/4 might be a bit much. 2 1/8. Let's go 2 1/8 wide. Let's just use this one first. Now, as you know, these don't measure in 8ths, but you know, it's 1/2 of a quarter mark. So, oh, I've got bits dripping on me from everywhere. So that's 2, and then 1/2 of the next mark is 2 1/8. So let's cut that there. Let's just check that before I go cutting anything else. Just check that that's going to fit in. Yeah, that's perfect. That's absolutely perfect. Yeah, so I need another 2 1/8. 2 1/8. And the 6x6, so I haven't got enough left height-wise, but I have got this other sheet that I can use. So I'll cut off 2 1/8 off that. Grand. Right. So let's just work out exactly how long we want these to be. Well, best thing to do is put it in, and then you can see. So fold that over, and I don't want them to be peeping out behind this. So let's just make a mark there, and that measures There it is, I nearly lost it there for a second. That measures 3, I'd say 3 1/4. 3 3/8. Let's be exact about this, shall we? 3 3/8. So 3, 3 1/4 and another notch. 3 3/8. How fancy are we? Getting fancier. Getting fancier by the minute. 3 and where's 3? 3 3/8. There we go. So I've got our 3 little tags that are going to go in there. Yeah, these are going to look all right, I think. And furthermore, they're going to be good for the purpose, which is to journal on the back. Oh, that one's upside down. Let's just make sure they're not... Oh, this one is peeping out. Why do you want to peep out? Oh, because you're not fully in. Great. They look straight now. Yeah, that's fine. That's great. So what I want to do is on each of these, I have got... I think this is from Which Craft Do You Do? Can't remember what set or anything, but I just like these numbers. So I'm going to take my little hole punch, which is 1/2 inch, I think. It's not for saying anywhere, but I'm pretty sure it's 1/2 inch. And I'm going to cut these numbers out. And because I haven't got 1, 2 or 3, I'm just going to cut random numbers out. Let's start with 8. Why not? 8's as good a number as anything. And 5, that's a good number. They're all good numbers. Numbers are good. Hooray, come back. And 9. Yeah, 9. There we go. Or it could be a 6. Let's pop that away. And what I'm going to do is just put these there on the tag. I quite like the look of that, actually. So the best thing to do is do them when the tag's in the right place. Then you'll get these in the right place. So I'm going to hang on to these with my tweezers. I say I'm not going to ink round them. Am I? No, I'm not. No, I'm not. I haven't inked round anything apart from the actual page itself. So just a little bit of glue on that. Let's get this in the right place. There we go. So it's just a tiny bit in from that edge, which is the important bit. And we also want to see it where the thumb notch is in the pocket. So just take your time. Lovely. And this one. I just like those numbers there. They're just, I don't know. They just please me. Oh, I've got my tongue sticking out and everything. I'm concentrating here, guys. Right, so there's our numbers. Are you dry yet? More or less dry. So let's stick these on. So I'm fairly central there, really. About there, I'd say. What do you look like there? All right, I think. and then a butterfly top and bottom. And you can see, because this forest moss is the oxide, you can see it started to oxidise there. I really like that look. It's lovely. Although this isn't a grungy page at all, not in the slightest. I did, it will be no surprise to you, make a grungy page like this, and I'll show that to you when we've finished with this one. Let's just check that's straight. That one is 5/8. So that one, oh, pretty darn near straight. That's impressive. Well done, dear. Thank you. And this one. I want that at 5/8 as well. And in the middle, so about there, I think. That's straight. I reckon. Yeah, reckon it is. Lovely. So that be that. Now what I want to do is just chop off the corners of those to make them look more like tags. So let's get them all out. I'm just not going to take very much off. I've got a tiny little one here. I'm just going to use that. But it will give the effect that they're tags rather more than just rectangles. And so let's take all of that off. Pop them in when we're finished, like that. And this one, oh, got two together there. Don't dare cut two together, you know that would be a recipe for disaster. That's not very straight, my dear. Last one. And this one. So there we go. That's I'm not putting thread or anything in the top. I've put the numbers in the top, and I think, you know, on the top, and I think that's absolutely adequate. I don't want the threads because then they're gonna get in our way. Come on, go straight, you. Don't be annoying. So that's that. So what I need now are some hole reinforcers for there, and we need to work out what we're doing on the back, if anything, and on this page. So I'll just nip off and cut some hole reinforcers. I'm going to use, I think anyway, I'm going to use those ones. They're from that set, this set that I use all the time. What's it called? 1736 Reinforcement Variety Pack. And I think now there's Reinforcement Variety Pack 2 and 3 and whatever. I haven't got fed up with these ones yet, so I'm not going to buy another one. Actually, I think that's not even from this set, you know. I might use those flowers, I quite like them. And it is a botanical, isn't it? So, yeah, let's use those. Something different, isn't it? And I'm going to use some of my Timmy Craft Co, collection. And I'm just going to have a look what colours we've got. Ooh, that's a nice green, isn't it? It's a real forest moss colour. Beautiful. What else have I got in the green department? Nothing very much, I don't think. That's a bit vibrant. Then we're into teals and yellows. Yeah, no, that one I think that one is just the job. I think they'll look nice then, they'll stand out as well, I imagine. So I need 6, and there's 6 on this, and it needs to go that way, I would say. So let's just cut that off straight as we can muster. I'm just gonna put that back in my book so I don't lose it or get it dog-eared or whatever. And then I'm just going to use my massive roll of double-sided. You really don't need a roll this size, but I've got it. So I'm going to stick the craft side down onto my sticky card paper, and then I'm just going to take my craft knife. You shouldn't really do this on top of your messy map, but I'm going to anyway, like that. There we go. Let's trim that top bit off or it'll get stuck on things that we don't want it to be stuck on. And just run that through my little tiny Timmy. Oh, hello. Hello. There we go. Oh, a bit wobbly, aren't I, when I do that? Table's shaking. Sorry about that, guys. I didn't realise until I looked up and I thought, oh, my world's moving. So there we go. So let's just get these, take them off the backing. Backing of that stuff comes off really easy. It's lovely. And pop them just over the holes. Oh, they look nice. I like them. So, bearing in mind we have to come up with something for this side, but we also need to come up with a closure. So, I'll carry on doing this, I'll be back. Okie dokie, so I've got my reinforcers on. That's ostensibly the centre, the middle of the page finished. This piece here, which will fold over like that, I think I'm going to add some of the cream copy paper over it and just make it a piece for journaling. Extra journaling is never a bad thing. So let's just mark where, I don't want it to go all the way to the edge. Actually, what I'm going to use my decal edge cutter, which is something that hardly ever sees the light of day, really, to be honest. But I'm just going to cut that end off. Sorry, I know it's noisy. Sorry, Janya. Right, so that's that. So it'll just be slightly more interesting than if it didn't have the decal edge on it. And I'm going to leave a little bit so you can see it is still the botanical there behind it. And I want to cut it to about there. So let's do that. There we are. Oh, that's way too wide. Why is that so wide? I do not know. I'm going to have to trim quite a bit off that. How did that go so wrong? I don't know. But it did. So let's trim that to the more noise for you, sorry. There we go. And I'm just going to trim this bit off because I know it's too long. as it is. So that it's just going to go there like that. Just an extra bit of journaling. So I want to cut that about there. And then we can just stick that down really. Come on. There we go. And the decal edge, I think, just adds a little bit of something to it. It's just not quite so stark as a chopped off edge. You could put ink around it if you wanted to. Do I want to? Yeah, I probably do actually. So I'm just going to quickly ink around there. So I've inked it. Just quickly around the edge. I'm just going to use my Collall. And you will, because this paper, it's just copier paper, and it's very, very thin. It's lightweight copier paper. And you will see the glue when it first goes down. But when it dries, Collall is good like that. You won't see it. So we'll be all right. We'll be all right, guys. So about there. Up a touch, about there. Yeah, that's great. That's lovely. So just an additional piece of journaling. Quick to do. We could always add a die cut to that, couldn't we? Just to add a little bit of interest. What about that one down there? That would be quite nice. Well, let's just do it. Let's do it. So here we go again with the glue. I must tell you, it's now evening here. I started doing this morning about 10 o'clock. And it's now 7:15 in the evening, so I'm going to have to call a halt to today at some stage and finish this off tomorrow, I think. I mean, I'll make it all one video, but stuff will be wondering where I am. So I'm just going to start that just off the page and just bend it round like that. Lovely. That's nice. That's just added a little bit of something to it, hasn't it? Yeah, that's nicer than being bare. So, next thing is closure. How are we going to close it? Well, you could put a bulldog clip at the top, and that's acceptable. It's, you know, it's an acceptable form of closure. The only thing is, I would say I prefer the bulldog clips on ones that are more grungy. This is clean botanical, and I don't think it goes with a bulldog clip. I looked at some ribbon that I've got, and I've got this perfect colour really to go, and I could just wrap that round and that would be all right. But I didn't want to do that either because I don't know what I'm doing with the back yet. So I've decided I'm going to make a giant altered paper clip and put it on there. So I want some cream card, if I have any. I've got this that I started with. I can use that, can't I? Because it's not going to get used for anything else. So I'll cut down there, and pencil, I'll cut down there. Let's see what that gives us. I am talking giant here. Giant. Let's cut just inside that score line that we made. Like so. And then just on that line that we marked. Let's see what that looks like. Yep, that's a giant paper clip, but that's okay, that's fine. I don't want it to go all the way to the bottom. I'll end it about there, I think. There we go. Now then, I want a paper clip, obviously, that's kind of essential. And I've got some, it's my trimmer falling over. I've got some really nice black ones here, 2-inch black coated paper clips, which I really like. Can't get it back in the drawer now. And I want the long leg sticking out the back, so I want the shorter leg at the front, like that. Now, this is going to be the back, so I think it could be journaling, couldn't it? So let's take that off and let's just ink quickly around it. I think that's the right thing to do. Yeah, I'll do that and I'll be back to you. So there we go. I've just put a little bit of that same stencil on it, top and bottom, and inked around it. So that's going to be that bit there. And once again, the long bit goes outside, so I want the short bit, I want the long bit where the inked bit is, short bit facing me. And let's just get rid of this ink before it gets everywhere, which you can see it has already, but that doesn't matter because we're covering that up. There we go. And I just want a piece of paper, so one of these pieces oh, that's gorgeous, I'm using that. That's really lovely. So I want it to go around the entire thing. So I think what I'll do is glue that and then stick it down to here. So glue, don't glue your stenciled side, glue the other side. Yeah, I think this will work. I think so. Who knows? But it should. And I'm just going to add a bit of this other glue just around here, around the paper clip. Just and on the paper clip, just so it's got some extra adhesion there. And then I'm going to pop this on here, edge to edge, like that. Perfect. Give it a good press down, like that. Yeah, that's nice. That's nice. I like it. And it's always a bit awkward cutting around a paper clip, to be fair. But if you just sort of tilt it, you can get under it. And there we have it. That's lovely. So we have our, where's our page? Here it is. We have our altered paper clip. Now then, what I could do, what I might do, I think I'm going to get a dauber and I'm just going to go around the edge of that, otherwise we're going to lose it. I think it's going to have to be a new one. I ordered a load of these from Temu. I haven't tried them yet. I don't know what they're like. I should imagine they'll be okay. New ones are always a bit of a pain because they take a while to get loaded up, don't they? But I'm going to use the forest moss to go around this. Let's get some ink on the dauber. It is a very dark green, but it's nice. I like it. It's in keeping with our book. Well, it's not a book, is it? It's a page. It's a page for a book. Don't get carried away. So that stands out just a little bit better. Now, what we could do if we wanted to, let's just check the theory, shall we? That slides on there and it's going to work as a closure. Yes, perfectly. Of course it does. Whoever doubted it? That's great. I don't like this bit at the bottom where there's no plants. I might just chop that off actually. I don't know. Let's see. See how much work it would entail. Yeah, I'd have to re-ink that bit. Well, that's not the end of the world, is it? Let's just do it. I just don't like it where there's no plants. That's better. So let's just take the dauber, this one, and go around there. And then I need this. That ink pad is so dry. It's so dry. A little bit of this along the bottom. There we go, that did it. Seconds that took. So we've got some journaling there. Oh look, I've knocked that out. Let's press that down so it can dry like that. Yeah. So what I could do to differentiate it even more is put some of that cream copier paper that we've got just over there and put die cut on. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do it. So we're getting to the end, okay? And I really am getting to the end. I'm tired now. There, and see where I want to cut this one. I want it a bit shorter. So about there. Okay, let's do that. I'm going to do it with the, what do you call this? Decal. The decal edge trimmer. Like the effect you get. And there's our mark. Lovely. Oops, that doesn't go there, it goes there. Let's just check we've got the right size. Yeah, I like that. Shame to cover up the Nigella, but what can you do? What can you do? Right. I think I'll just use the dauber and just go around the edge. Quite lightly actually. Just to give it a kind of demarcation zone. There we go. I think that's sufficient. It doesn't really need any more than that. There we go. That's lovely. Let's get that stuck on. Then we'll consider if we want to put any die cuts on it. Possibly, because we've got some inside. And I think if you use something somewhere, it's always a good idea to use it again. It makes the whole thing a bit more cohesive, is the word I'm looking for. There we go. So this is all on our altered paper clip. It's become a giant beast of a thing. There we are. So that's that. So which of these do I want to use? Well, I like that one a lot. I really do like that one. And I like that one. Can I use those together? Why not? Why not? They look nice. So this one wants to go on first. So I'll stick those on. I'll save you the torture of it. Right, so they are stuck down. And this is our giant closure, which is actually a giant paper clip. So that, get it the right way up, is just going to go on here. It's going to keep that closed. I think that's quite a good answer to our closure problem. And there we have our page. Our page is finished. Looks nice, doesn't it? So when you want to open your page up, you just slide your paper clip off. Look at the beauty of that. Got journaling there. Got some little tags and things there for journaling. You've got this piece of paper here for journaling. Let's just make sure that's straight. That's it. You've got these 3 pockets. Got little tags in, numbered tags for journaling. So yeah, we're doing all right. I do like that actually. It's nice. That folds over, and then this goes here. And I think I'm just going to add a bit more of that packing tape just across there. It just looks a little bare down at the bottom, and I can't be having that. So let's just cut a little bit off. That bit's, this is a nicer bit, I think. I don't want that straight edge there, so I'm just going to tear that off. That didn't work too well. That's fine, that will be fine. A little bit of glue on there. And then I'm going for my tea. Come on. That's it. Okay. Oh, I think that might be a bit long. Let's cut that off. There we go. That's it. That's lovely. I'm done. I have finished. And now I just want to show you briefly the grunge version of this that I did. So that's that. It's going to go in our planner. Where is our planner? Over here. And this will be our first planner page. And it's a bit of a beast, isn't it? Eh? I hope you give it a go. It's a really nice addition to a planner if you want to be able to journal in it. It looks nice in there, doesn't it? I like it. So that's that. And the grunge one that I made is this one. Yeah, hang on till I make it up again. There we go. That's the grunge one. So you can see it's much darker. I really like the grunge version of things. I always do, and I know a lot of you do as well. So the paper clip comes off. And then we've got this, which was an inky background that I made, and then I scanned it. I amped it up a little bit, actually, the colours up, but I really love that. It's gorgeous, and it comes out like that. And I've left it there as well because this is just a beautiful bit there. It really looks 3D, although it's absolutely smooth. That opens up, so we've got, it's exactly the same, really. This is all inked up, and doesn't it look gorgeous? It looks great. 1, 2, 3 down there. That folds over, and as I say, I haven't put anything on there because I love that page. It's lovely. And then just the same closure, an altered paper clip just on the top, like that. So there's our 2 versions of the same thing. Let me know underneath which you prefer. Do you prefer the grungy one, or do you prefer, let's call it the clean one? The clean one. Let me know which you like best. I'll be curious to know. In fact, let me just take this out of here and lie it down beside the other one so we have a real direct comparison. And let me know which you like. I know which one I like. But, you know, everybody's different. So, thanks for watching this, sticking with me to the end. It's quite a long one, but it's quite a complex page. And you might get, you know, if you don't want to make this page, you might get some ideas. Using a paper clip as a closure, I think, is quite a clever way of solving that problem. But, you know, there might be other things that you can take away from this, even if you don't want to make the entire page. So thanks for joining me. Thanks for watching. I'll be back as soon as I can. Take care, everybody. Bye for now. Bye.